Hey, what's going on, everybody? Echoside Fiend here, back once again, and today we're jumping up on here to do a ranking of all of the Joker's cards, the first and second deck. And I did do a ranking of just the first. It was a few years ago. I don't remember if I did it on my channel or if I did it when I was with Carnival Spirits or what, but regardless, I did one anyway. And so this one will be putting both of them together since the Knot is out, or has been out for a year, but I just put my review of that up just a few days ago, so check that out if you haven't. But now that I've got them all reviewed except for the missing links, I never did and I probably never will. But regardless, I've got everything else reviewed and everything's up to date. So I figured we'll just go ahead and do this ranking of both the first and second deck together. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. I'm just going to talk briefly about each one. I'm going to try to not make this super long, but let's go ahead and get started. So coming in at number 14 will be the missing link found. Neither of these neither this or Lost do a whole lot for me. They're not bad albums, let me be clear. There are songs on each one I like, but Joker's card wise, I just never find myself drawn to either one of them all that much. I don't know. They're not bad at all. A lot of the songs on them are really good, but I just don't find myself coming back to them. So, all right, coming in at number 13 is Missing Link Lost. Now, I like this one a little better, even though I have stated that this one puts me in a really weird mood that I don't like. There's something about the darkness in it, in the lyrics, musically maybe, the production, I don't know, something just hits me a way that makes me feel like I don't like the feeling. It makes me feel uneasy. Although, like I said, liking this one a little better, I do like it a little better because of the dark imagery and things, which is what brought me to ICP in the first place. But something about this just doesn't settle with me right. And it's also another one of those things where it's just the songs on it, while they're not bad, I just don't find myself coming back to it all that much. So, coming in at number 12, Yum Yum Bedlam. I really had high hopes for this. I really liked the idea of having a female Joker's card character. And same thing, none of these albums are bad. Let me just put that out there so I don't have to keep saying it. While it's certainly not bad, it's another one where it just doesn't bring me back all that much. And I also can't fucking stand those goddamn fucking producer tags. It absolutely drives me nuts. I can't fucking stand them. So I just there's a lot of great songs here. There's a lot of songs that I really fucking love on here, but I don't come back to it all that often. So, all right, coming in at number 11, Fearless Fred Fury. Another one I was looking forward to for a long time, and also one that I do enjoy. But and there's a lot of great songs on here, and this one doesn't give me any weird mood. It doesn't fucking mess with me in any way. It just is a little farther down the list, mainly just because the stuff that I've got ahead of it I like a lot better. So, which is the way a list works. But this is not bad at all. Again, like I said, none of these albums are bad, but this one just ranks a little lower. Also, just doesn't pull me back as much. But when I do listen to it, I really like it. So, all right, coming in at number 10, Hell's Pit. This used to be way farther up on my list, like even before I started doing YouTube or anything. So even when I did that list ranking the first Joker's cards, I think I had this a bit lower at that time too. While I love this album, it's the same thing as The Missing Link Lost. It puts me in a really weird mood that just, I don't know. It's same thing. I just don't like the feeling of it. I guess when I get in that mood, I just don't like it. However, a few of my favorite songs ever of ICP are on here. Like I love The Witch is one of my absolute favorite songs by them. I love Suicide Hotline. There's a lot of great songs on here. A lot of songs I really fucking like. But this is also one I don't listen to all that much. So now we're going to be getting into more of the stuff that I do find myself listening to a lot more. This will be coming in at number 9, Carnival Carnage. Of course, the classic that kicked everything off. This probably a few years back would have been lower, but I have been putting it up farther because I am like just finding that I respect the classicness of it a lot more. I still think this is very raw. They were still, it was their first Joker's card. They had been rapping a little bit, but they were still finding their style, finding their sound, still developing the Dark Carnival lore and all that stuff. So, again, it's just raw. That's the best way I can say it. But I do find myself listening to this a lot more because I just love the classic, the Detroit sound, the Detroit feel, and it's just the beginning, man. It's just, it's awesome. So, all right. Coming in at number, I'm just looking at my tablet here. I got my list so I don't lose track of where I'm at. Coming in at number 8, The Knot. Of course, just did my review of this. While I don't think it feels really Joker's cardish, I love the songs on this album. There were a few that took a little while to grow on me, but when they did, even though this album isn't real Joker's cardish to me, I still think it's an absolutely fucking great album, pretty much beginning to end, and I listen to it very frequently. So, Amazing Jekyll Brothers. I'm just going to pick up my promotional copy here that I ordered off of eBay, just because it's got both faces on it. So, but yeah, this is obviously a very, very classic album. This is one that brought a lot of people in. They were already at their height of popularity, maybe not their height, but they were climbing in popularity. So when this came out, there was a lot of people waiting for it. So this, for a lot of people who had maybe just come in with Great Malenko, this may have been like their first like drop that they saw, and maybe going to shows, maybe the first tour they were able to hit. So for me, while I love this album, a lot of the stuff that we're going to be getting into, I've talked about it before. A lot of each album came out kind of maybe at a time in my life where I could kind of connect something to it. And at this point in my life, I was just kind of doing my thing. You know, I wasn't going to school yet. I was just working and just kind of doing whatever, you know. And I just, I was like just coasting through life. I was just skateboarding all the time. I wasn't like dating anybody at the time and stuff. So there's just not a whole lot that I look back on this era and tie to this album. So it's one that I don't find myself putting on all the time, but it's another same thing when I do, it does take me back, and I really do, appreciate the songs on it, and it still, like I said, ranking at number 7, it's still high on my list. So, all right, going to number 6, the Mighty Death Pop. Of course, I got all 3 of them. Just picked this one out to show, and this one, I just fucking love this album beginning to end. Of course, the second album in the second deck, and I loved Bang Pow Boom. So when this came out, I was looking really forward to this, and I really do like this one. This one really captures that Joker card feeling for me, with the character, the skits spread throughout, with kind of bringing up the character. The songs kind of go with it, and yeah, there's just a lot of fucking great songs on here. Of course, the Chris Benoit song. Myself being a big pro wrestling fan, I like that song. I like the idea behind it. The Bazooka Joey, I fucking love. Just a couple songs on here that I kind of find myself not skipping. If I put on their work, I usually just play it beginning to end. But ones that don't hit with me as much. But like 95% of the album is just great. And one of my absolute favorite ICP songs of all time, Daisies, is on this album. So great fucking album. So next up, Bang Pow Boom. Again, I fucking love this album. Same thing, very Joker's card feeling. You got the character spread throughout it. So many fucking great songs on here. And when this came out too, of course, they didn't let you know that it was a new Joker's card, like literally till it dropped. So that was exciting. I was just excited for the new album as they announced it when it was getting closer, and kicked off the second deck. So yeah, on here. I don't even know if I could pick out any favorites on here. I'ma Kill You is just one of my absolute favorites. Vultures, I fucking love. To Catch a Predator is an absolute classic. I'm a massive Chris Hansen fan. So it was really cool that when I got this, I was like, oh my god, they got a song based on it. So just a fucking great album. So, all right, now we're getting into the top 4 here, of course. So, number 4, The Wraith Shangri-La, as I always like showing up my DVD audio. I just like the look of this. Absolute one of my favorite albums by ICP ever. Obviously, ranking it at number 4, that would explain that. Even though the whole thing being with God and myself being a pretty hardcore atheist, it doesn't bother me. I already knew that's what they were going to say. I knew that's what they were getting at from almost the time I started listening to them. I made it take it a few months to pick up on it, but I knew what they were getting at. And I just love this album beginning to end. So this is one I listen to all the time. I actually just listened to it yesterday while I was on my route, just at a stop that I'm at for a while, trying to find something to listen to, and I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'm going to listen to that. So I put that on. So yep, I listen to that very frequently. Coming in at number 3, of course, the almighty, the Great Malenko. Absolute classic. This is obviously what kicked off their popularity. This is where they soared into the fucking stratosphere of music. Brought in lots and lots of people. I would say a vast majority of the old school juggalos, this is where they came in. Now, I came in one album before this, not bragging, but just saying, myself being in the area, only like 2 hours from Detroit, 2.5 hours. I had found them a little bit earlier, but this, even though Riddlebox was the first album that dropped after I'd found them, that was only a couple months after I found them. So by the time Riddlebox dropped and I'm getting into that, that's where I was like, oh my god, I love these guys. So even for me, this was like the first real fucking drop that I was looking forward to. I got Riddlebox the day it came out, but I didn't understand all the Joker's Cards things. They were just a new band to me that I was like, oh, I'll go get their new album when it comes out. This was like I was waiting for it, along with a lot of other people. And then when it blew up, it obviously brought in a lot of fans, which is good, because that's what made them able to do more tours, more music and stuff. So it didn't bother me. So, but yeah, absolute classic. I mean, there's nothing I could say about this that anybody doesn't already know. So. But coming in at number 2 is The Ringmaster. Now this album is, I've told the story before, but when the guy played ICP for me the first time, the guy that showed them to me, he played Carnival of Carnage first, didn't do a whole lot for me, and then he played this, and this is where I kind of was like, whoa, okay, what's going on here? I like this, so I would kind of count this as the album that really got my attention, even though Riddlebox is where I like, whoa, okay, this is like one of my new favorite bands. This is the one that like perked my ears up, and I was like, okay, what's up with these guys? I got to check this out. So this is just absolute classic, total Detroit classic. Grimy, it's dirty, it just feels Detroit. I fucking love it, and I love the story behind this. I love knowing how hard they worked to get this out there, how many copies they sold just on their own. And it turns out they were surpassing Esham and Kid Rock, even though they were lying to them and telling them, oh yeah, we're selling way more. So that made ICP work harder, and little did they know they were outselling them with this by like leaps and bounds, So I just love the story of this, and it's just a great album. So absolute ICP and Detroit classic. And of course, number 1, anybody that knows my channel, of course anybody following it obviously already knows, but you already know if you watch my channel. Number 1, of course, Riddlebox. This is my 3rd favorite album of all time. This is my favorite ICP album. And this, when I bought this and brought it home, again, I've already been listening to it for a couple months, but this is literally the first time I got done listening to it, I was just like, this is the fucking coolest band, group, whatever I've ever heard. I fucking loved it. And again, at that time, almost all I listened to exclusively was metal and punk, so listening to hip-hop was a little bit weird for me anyway. And yeah, by the time, I was like probably just 3 or 4 songs in, and I'm like, I fucking love these guys, and I showed them to all my friends. I'd already showed them like Carnival of Carnage and Ringmaster. Most of my friends liked them. I showed all my friends this. Everybody was hooked. And then it was just about half a year, 5-6 months after this came out that I saw them for the first time. So, and now I'm upwards of like fucking 75, 80 times of seeing ICP. So this kicked it off pretty much for me, even though I had gotten into a month or 2 before this. This is what kicked it off. This is what made me a juggalo. And this is, like I said, my 3rd favorite album of all time. So I can't say enough good about this. This is the one album that I gave a 5 out of 5. Absolutely perfect score. And most everybody I know that doesn't even like ICP will be like, but I do like Riddlebox. So yeah, so that's, you can't go wrong with this. And I'm sure anybody watching my video probably already has all these albums anyway. So yeah, that's my Joker's Card ranking of the first and second deck combined. Again, even the lower ones, not saying they're bad albums, but just ones that just don't connect with me as much as like the top, 6 or 7, whatever. So, well, I think that's about all I got. So as always, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting. This is Ecocide Fiend, and I will catch you in the next one. Too sweet.